Facebook now, which of course has been blamed in many ways for Donald Trump being elected and ties to the Russians during the 2016 election campaign. They've been at great pains to try and prove that they've made changes. Dr. Karen Sutherland is from the University of the Sunshine Coast for a regular segment where we discuss social media for business. But we're going to start off talking about Facebook here. Good morning to you, Dr. Karen, if I can call you that. Give us an idea of, I'm very well, give us an idea of what Facebook has been trying to achieve to make sure that it will not be putting out fake news and false information in the lead up to the election in 8 weeks' time.
Well, I mean, they have introduced, well, they said they've introduced a number of measures. So one of those things is trying to capture that misinformation when it's been reported, and also picking it up with their own systems and their own sort of mechanisms. Also, they're stopping, which is a huge spread of misinformation, is forwarding of messenger messages. So they're limiting that to only, say, one message could only be forwarded to 5 people and 5 groups at a time. However, I mean, normally people will find ways to automate that stuff and just get around it, I think. But at least they're trying. There's other ways. They're actually halting political ads a week before the actual election, before voting.
But it's not the political ads that we're worried about, because the political ads are probably the most truthful thing that goes on Facebook during that time, because of course there are rules and regulations. Facebook and social media in general has just become the wild, wild west for anyone can put anything on there, make it look real. I mean, how many times do you see that the fake kind of Sydney-based TV news anchors from the network sitting in front of a photoshopped image that claims, you know, something which you then click on and discover? I mean, you don't even need to click on it, but I'm sure a lot of people do, to discover that it's false. These are the sorts of things that have been used quite successfully, using credible looking sites. The BBC's been used a lot. We see the ABC getting used as well in these fake sites to try and push fake news. Has Facebook actually announced anything about that? Because I'm still seeing it.
But they're about political, it's about like political topics. So not just coming from the parties themselves, but actually ads and things relating to politics. So they, in an article I read, they used actually an Australian example when the lead up to our last election, where there was an ad that went out saying that the Labor Party was going to introduce a death tax, which was apparently completely false. Yeah. So it's trying to stop that sort of behaviour as well.
Yeah, very much so.
In the States, it's...
Sorry, I just want to get your thoughts as well. Just in terms of Facebook, they've announced that they're trying to help small business. Of course, we have a story today that turns out that Facebook hasn't been paying their GST. They found a loophole in the so-called Netflix tax. What better way could Facebook help small business other than actually paying their tax? So some of that tax could be used to assist small business in the recovery from COVID.
Well, I mean, they could help with, I still don't know of anyone who actually got that grant, that business grant, you know, that they promoted in the lead up. They've offered a lot of sort of resources and things, but I think real help with advertising, setting up these shops as well, and providing great training for businesses to be able to set up their e-commerce as well, just to support small businesses in doing it. Because as we said before, a lot of this support happening on Facebook is actually coming from groups and businesses are helping each other. So Facebook's only just...
It feels like a joke, doesn't it? Like, I see it come up on my Facebook a lot about what Facebook is doing to support small business, and you go and you follow it, and all they do is tell you about the government grants that were available back in March that many people still haven't actually received. So it's just a bit of kind of dressing around the edges rather than doing anything themselves. And this is a company which a lot of small businesses rely on for their marketing and things like that. And it'd be nice if they did something like, you know, 50% off for small businesses trying to advertise on our platform for a couple of months. But obviously, when it comes to money, Facebook do not want to help.
Yeah, and I mean, I think why not ask business owners what they need, and then help to actually address that, actually do some research into, you know, and it's going to be different in every country as well. So particularly in Australia, asking Australian small business owners what they need and areas of in terms of their knowledge that they need to skill up on as well.
All right, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Karen Sutherland from the University of the Sunshine Coast.